tarpaulin maker Luz Gacho admits the election season generates excitement not only in politics, but in the field of business as well. She says election spending brings in 300% growth in revenues in her business during this period.
300% more.
300% more po talaga, no? So, mas masaya po tayo pag may eleksyon.
Siyempre. Ayan yung ano. Ayan ang pick eh.
Gacho explains they have encountered candidates who would order as much as 10,000 to 30,000 pieces of tarpaulins for the campaign. This is apart from the orders placed on other tarpaulin makers. With the high cost of advertising and other campaign materials, economist Ernesto Pernes says there is so much money that goes out during the elections. The economic benefits brought about by this political exercise can be seen from the 3 highest growth rates posted by the country during the past decade: election years 2004, 2007, and 2010.
The figures I've seen in newspapers or from people who know more than I do about election, about the cost of election, is pretty staggering. The economic activity that's generated by the election season is reflected in the rise in GDP growth rate. Usually, tumataas ang growth rate ng gross domestic product natin because of election activity.
While it's time for politicians to spend, it bodes well for the many sectors at the receiving end as money trickles down to them. Perna calls this the multiplier effect, wherein both large and small businesses suddenly get an increase in revenues. The effect can also be seen in the increased purchasing power of the public, as politicians give temporary employment for promoters and other additional manpower needed during the campaign.
Election spending kasi results in more money in the pockets of consumers, of people, including lower income households, no? And therefore, consumption spending in general tends to rise, tends to be higher, and then because of the multiplier effect, consumption spending, your spending on what I sell you will allow me to spend what I've earned from you to buy something else, from somebody else, and that's the multiplier, the spending multiplier.
The election period is also associated with freebies for voters. Agriculture spokesperson Salvador Salacup says a wise businessman is expected to increase his production by at least 10%, especially if he supplies fast food chains.
During election campaigns, fast food items are highly in demand. And if I may mention, fried chicken, pork chop, barbecue, of course, cold cuts, hot dogs, ham. And our producers are anticipating that the demand will be affected by this. Therefore, they have programmed that their production levels would be able to cater to such increased demand.
The Sugar Regulatory Administration even expects the sector to grow 4 to 5% due to the heightened demand for sugar-based products such as soft drinks, juices, pastries, and candies.
Sa daang matuwid, marami ang gustong sumali.
Sa aking pag-ikot.
But Pernia believes candidates who invest much money and win in the elections are those who will really profit from this exercise.
It's an investment. It's some kind of an investment. It's like putting up a big factory and you expect returns over time. And in the same manner, you invest your money in election spending and you expect returns, because it's you'd be foolish to run for government position or congressman or senator, whatever, and not to expect that you would be recompensed more than what you have spent. That's a problem, when you run for an election, for a political position, then you spend a lot. Therefore, the problem is, or the question arises, how does one recoup na yung nagasto niya sa election.
Hazel Dizon, Solar News.